Guys, let's go ahead and hop into the news. Today we got a lot. We got a lot of news, folks. Earlier this morning, the House of Representatives voted almost unanimously to force the full release of all the Epstein files, okay? And the reason why I said almost unanimously is because one singular congressman voted no. One. Who the hell? Who? I think his name is Corey. I think he's some balding middle-aged white man. I think we need to check his laptop. Okay? I don't think there's a way for me to sugarcoat this. This is sus as hell. Are you joking? One singular congressman doesn't want those files released? He's a congressman from Louisiana. Yeah, he's going to lose his seat in midterms. That's so sus. His name is Mr. Higgs. But the vote passed. Obviously, even though one Republican voted against it, everybody else did. The vote passed, and as of today, we have a yes from the House of Representatives to force the release of the Epstein files. Now, what about the Senate? Well, 5 minutes before I started this broadcast, I didn't even have enough time to make a video on it. The Senate also unanimously agreed to pass the bill to force the release of the Epstein files. The only thing left will be a signature from no other than Donald Trump himself. And I bet we are going to either see that signature or some type of royal crash out like never seen before while I am live today. So if you're one of the 5,000 people hanging out with us on TikTok or the 1.5 thousand people hanging out with us on YouTube, the stream today is going to be much more than the typical debates. There is a great chance that at some point in the next hour, the next 2 hours, 3 hours, or 4, we are going to get an update on this. Now, for everybody in the chat saying that he's not going to sign it, he actually pledged to sign it. So if everything we know, per the word of mouth of Trump, and of course it now passing both chambers of Congress, will come into fruition, will become true, we will see the full release of the Epstein files literally during this stream. But this has me thinking, okay, it doesn't take 2 brain cells to connect the dots here. Donald Trump and his administration have been fighting tooth and nail against the release of the Epstein files for months now. He called it a legitimate act of hostility against his administration to vote for their release. He went on a tirade. He disavowed Marjorie Taylor Greene, called her a traitor for wanting him to release the Epstein files. Then all of a sudden, last week, he says, hey, House Republicans, vote for their release. Hey, let's just get this done. It's not going to hurt me. It's only going to hurt the Democrats. Hey, if you put it on my desk, I'll sign it into law. So what caused that flip? Now, a lot of other people in the chat are saying, well, maybe he redacted his name. I'm going to go ahead and see if I could find this on my phone real quick. But according to some reports that I saw from Aaron Parnas, okay, we are actually not really thinking that his name is redacted. We're not thinking that it has any redactions at all. According to the language in the text of the bill, apparently, now once again, this is just my speculation. I'm looking for the confirmation on it right now where I could read the individual line item from the bill. Apparently, okay, everything inside of the bill is to be released unredacted. But do we know that's true? Well, we haven't seen the files yet. Do we know that these files haven't been manipulated? Well, everything is speculatory and up in the air. So I actually don't know what to expect. However, I want to posit my hypothesis. I want to give you my theory about what we can expect. This is what I think. I think it's possible that Donald Trump is on those files. I mean, he's been fighting so hard to suppress the release of them for the last couple of months. Quite frankly, I think that proves it. I've never seen anybody fight so hard, right, to suppress evidence of their innocence. So I think he's in those files. And I think his response of telling the House Republicans to vote for the release and saying that he'd sign it into law is nothing more than the lesser of two evils for him and his administration, optically speaking. Think about it. Those Republicans were already jumping ship from the MAGA cult and aligning themselves with the Democrats to vote for the release in Congress. We knew that we had enough votes in the House of Representatives to secure their release before Donald Trump told them to vote for their release. So if I'm putting myself in Donald Trump's shoes, which is something that I hate to do, and I'm in his position. I'm watching Congress force the release of these files that I know incriminate me. I'm watching Congress, right, disavow me, contradict my message of don't vote for the release of the files. That is its own political blunder in a vacuum. Okay? Let's like remove the political blunder of serving as president of the United States of America, being best friends with Jeffrey Epstein and likely doing things with the victims, and then this being exposed to America via the full release of the unredacted files. But it's a secondary political blunder of having everybody in Congress, right, contradict you, move away from your messaging, and hop off board of your ship. So what I think is one possible outcome right here, and keep in mind, this is all speculative, you guys. This is just me giving you my thoughts here, is that he will say that these files won't incriminate me. I want them to be released. So it looks like he's on the same side as Congress. So it looks like he's on the same side of America. And if these files were to incriminate him, if these files were to say, Donald Trump did these things to these victims, then that's when he'll speak out and he'll say it never happened, right? This is the hoax I've been talking about all along, right? The Democrats surgically inserted these things into the files, and you shouldn't believe it at all. You know, I was watching a new episode of South Park last night where they had Donald Trump sleeping with J.D. Vance, and it was recorded on a camera. Then Fox News broadcasted that, saying that Trump cheated on Satan with J.D. Vance. And then they did this little satirical bit where they had Trump call into Fox and Friends, and he was like, nope, never happened, fake news, don't believe it. And then all of the Fox News anchors all at once were like, oh, okay, Mr. President Trump, it's fake news, right? And the connection here, the parallel, is that maybe that's what's going to happen tonight, literally tonight, with the release of these files. We're going to learn more about Trump, and then he's going to say it's fake news. Then all the conservative parrots are going to go, it's fake news. Now, of course, that's only one possible outcome. That's only one possible outcome. That's what I think. Another speculative theory, since I'm just laying it all on you guys right now, Kat, I appreciate you for that motorcycle. Thank you for the 2 motorcycles, actually. Thank you so much, Kat. Would be the idea that a part of, or a portion of the files will be caught up in an active, ongoing investigation into Jeffrey Epstein that Donald Trump's own DOJ is relaunching. Therefore, they will not be released to the public. Now, I don't know. Anyways, that's the speculation for the day. This is going to happen, like I said, likely during this stream. So if you hear the sound of my voice right now, before I end this stream, we will have the release of whatever files our government wants us to see.